Hey, Willie Armelini from Flowers and Scents, your industry buzz. Hey, today we're going to interview Marcelo Vellejo from DeRuiters Roses. DeRuiters is a 100-plus-year-old rose breeder in Holland, and he's going to tell us all about it. Marcelo is their Ecuadorian representative, so without further ado, Marcelo Vellejo. Marcelo, how are you today?
How are you, Willie? I'm good. I'm doing exactly right now. We are doing a round on the field because we have a flash of codes, thousands of codes. So we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do right now. So, but we are in general good. We are located. DeRuiters. I'm the general manager of DeRuiters Ecuador. As you know, DeRuiters is an international company who is working with the rose breeding mainly, rose breeding and another small products. So we are in I don't know exactly how many countries, but more than 10 for sure. And is an international company who has more than 100 years working on the business. So as I told you earlier, I'm the manager of the DeRuiters Ecuador and the DeRuiters Middle America. We have some business in Mexico. We have some business in Costa Rica and Guatemala too. So I manage those countries and Ecuador too. And right now, yes, the situation is doing good. It's not doing as we want because the coronavirus problems. You know, is a worldwide huge problem, and for sure affects us here in Ecuador too. So the customers are nervous. The customers are trying to do different kind of plant managements. Some plants management with good results and some others with not good results. So yes, the situation is quite difficult right now.
And your customers are the growers, obviously, in Ecuador or Colombia or wherever, right?
For sure, all of our customers are growers. They export roses worldwide. So, but here talking about Ecuador, because the situation is a bit is I don't know how to say. The situation in Ecuador is worse than in Colombia. It's because the markets that we have. Yes, Colombian growers, Colombian exporters, they have mainly supermarkets. Supermarkets in the States and supermarkets in Japan. So, and do you know because the Corona crisis, the supermarkets are not too bad, but the wholesalers, the event planners, the importers that we have our customers exports, they are having problems. They are having more problems. So that's the reason that the situation in Ecuador is worse than the situation in Colombia in general. But we are trying to do our best. For sure we will survive. We are doing I think good change, good things. You know, during the crisis. All the crisis make us more, I don't know how to say, more creative,
efficient, and creative. Yeah, you sort of have to be because
exactly.
And maybe you could elaborate a bit more on the numbers. I mean, I happen to know that you have your roses that are coming up that are in experimental, if you will, or you're trying to find out which production or which roses are going to produce well or have fragrance or all the characteristics. So you give them numbers. So you have thousands of numbers because you have thousands of plants in some sort of production or pre-production, I guess, to see if they're going to meet your qualifications, correct?
It's correct. Yeah, always this is a problem, a nice problem, because I love and we love to pick up, to select, to analyze code per code. Is a nice problem because yes, we have thousands of codes, and we have to measure code per code some characteristics. Mainly for sure, it's the most important is the vast life develop. Vast life developing is important because yes, at the end you are selling flowers, so it's a kind of impression when you look at the flower doing the opening and having a good transportation, etc., etc. So this is the main characteristic. After that, it's the productivity, because the productivity is very important for our customers, for the exporters. And then you have to take care a lot on the stem length,
Right.
stem length, and bud size, how many turns, the foliage, problems in the foliage, diseases, problems. Some varieties are amazing, but that has a lot of problem with these diseases. So something difficult to manage. So sometimes you have to throw it out the best red, or throwing out the best yellow because of the diseases. But yes, we measure a lot of things. We measure a lot of things. As you maybe for your knowledge, we are a kind of laboratory, like a kind of chemical laboratory. Some chemical laboratory evaluate thousands of active ingredients to have the new medicine for control the headache.
Right.
So thousands of, and to get one. We do the same. We do the same job. We evaluate around. It depends of the year, but we evaluate only here in Ecuador. We evaluate around of 5,000 or 6,000 codes per year to get two, maximum 3 varieties. So, and you have to measure. It's a nice job.
I've always said I don't envy being a breeder or the breeders with the job they have to do, because I've gone to many conventions, as you have, and met expositions, and everybody has a new yellow, and everybody has a new red, and everybody has a new pink and an orange and so on, and it gets so difficult to actually determine when, as an observer, you look at it, okay, it's pretty yellow. I'm not sure it's better than that yellow, but it's a beautiful yellow. Then, then the characteristics of longevity, production, scent, base life, opening, all those characteristics have to make it a better rose.
Is correct. That's the reason. That's the reason for sure. We collect the royalties. Because yes, it's the time and the money that we invest on the investigation. It's huge. It's big. So I'm just take a look of that. I'm only talking about the work that we are doing here in Ecuador. But before that, you have all the breeding, all the knowledge about which rose you use for a female, or which rose you use for a male, and to cross with the other one. It's
and all that part of the breeding is done in Holland, or that part of the
Yes, sir. It's in the Holland, and we have a part of the breeding in Africa too. But here in Ecuador and in Colombia and Brazil and in South America, we only do the investigation.
So they create the plant essentially, or the variety in Holland. They send you the cutting. You plant the cutting and watch how it behaves in the climate where it is, in Ecuador and or Colombia or Mexico or wherever. You watch how it behaves in that specific climate. Yes.
Correct. Because even the difference that you have in between Ecuador and Colombia sometimes is huge. It's something strange. It's quite the same difference that you have between Ethiopia and Kenya. Yeah,
Right.
but I'm working for the Reuters since 18 years ago. In the past, we always select the varieties here in Ecuador, for Ecuador and Colombia, and for Mexico, for Guatemala, and for all the places. Right now, for sure, Colombia has their own investigation area to get the varieties in Colombia, because yes, the looks like a similar weather, but
It's not.
but it's not. It's not. We have better varieties there in Colombia and better varieties here in only for Ecuador. It's quite crazy. I it's because yes, 18 years ago, 15 years ago, we did the selection here in Ecuador for both countries. I don't know how it worked, used to work, but yeah, something you know the competitors, the other breeders are doing the same job. I'm doing the same job. So and every year is more difficult to get varieties because a better variety is on the market and then you have to find a better one and then this is the top and then you
Yep.
have to get a better one. So each year is more difficult to get
Yes.
perfect varieties because
The bar,
the market
yeah.
the
The
market
bar
and
has,
the growers are looking for the the market and the growers are looking for the perfect variety and that's quite difficult.
yeah, there's not that many perfect varieties out there. And you have set the bar, the growers have set, the breeders and the growers have set the bar very high. So you have to keep jumping over it. And
That's correct, and that's the reason that we from Ecuador we visit the fairs. We go to the fairs in other countries. Mainly, for example, we went to the Russian fair, the fairs in the States, the fairs in Europe, and the fairs in China. It's because to learn, because we have to learn what the consumers are looking for. Because remember that we are doing the selection, and for sure we have different teams who do the selection. Each one for I don't know how to say. Each person do his own selection, and at the end of the day, we join all the selection together, and we evaluate code per code, and we got the final decision. But remember, it's our decision because
right.
I like or we like this variety, and when you put the variety on the market, maybe the market says, "Oh, it's not good. Throw it out." So you spend around 6 to 8 years to get a new variety, and then finally you put it to the market, and the market say, "Ah, I don't like it." So we have to do a worldwide investigation market, but this is still very difficult because right now, for example, you want right now you want or you are looking for a yellow variety. So we spend time doing the yellow, and we spend faster 5 years, and then after 5 years you say, "Oh, but I want the yellow 5 years ago, so come on, give
Now it's
me
no
right now a
important.
hot pink." So you say, "Oh, great." So do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a night job. It's a night job because you have to think in advance. You have to do a lot of things to try to satisfy the demand of the consumers on that time.
At
It's
that
crazy.
time, yes. Well, I've always likened rose growing and flower growing and breeding to, it's like making whiskey. You know, you have to start and you put it in a barrel and you hope 10 years from now that it's going to come out and that people are going to like it, but you don't know. So you have
Correct.
to,
It's correct. It's
it's
quite the
very,
same.
it's quite the same. Okay, so, and all you grow is roses, or breeding. All your breeding is roses, many kinds of roses for garden and for cut flowers and everything. So it's all about roses.
Yes, mainly as I explained you at the beginning, yes, the Reuters work with or play with the roses. Inside the roses, you have different kind of, but yes, we are trying to work mainly with the hybrid teas. Hybrid teas means I don't know how to easy way to explain is easy growing
Right.
plants who has easy growing. So, but because the genetics you make a lot of crosses, then you get different shapes, and those different shapes then you can put on the garden area, yes, or the standard area, and then you have spray roses too. You
Of
know
course.
what is
Yes,
spray. So,
of
but
course.
this there's a spray line. Spray line is white line, and then you have hybrid tea hybrids garden line. Our garden line, our main garden line here in Ecuador is the expression line. Then
Right.
you can check at the web page. The winner for sure by far is Pink Expression, and
Yep.
then we have a nice coral one, and it's a coral expression. Then you have a dark hot pink, who is calling dark expression. Then you have a bicolor called sunset expression, and that then we
Yeah,
have
I
the
like
new
that
one.
line. I like
We
that
have
line.
yeah, this is but this is the expression line. Yeah, looks like a garden rose because the shape,
Right.
but the plant growing is an a hybrid tea.
It is a hybrid tea. Okay.
Yes,
That's good to
yes.
know. All right. Well, I think we've given my readers a better idea of what goes on with the breeding, because again, I think as a breeder, you want to know what the consumer really wants, and we know, as you've explained, that's sort of a long timeline between what they want and when you can give it to them, and will they still want it at the end when you finally produce it. And I know that's a difficult job of trying to meet a very fast-moving uh, fashion, if you will, to try to pin it down and say, okay, this is what people want. Obviously, the garden variety have become very popular, mainly because of their shape and their fragrance. And we've seen a lot more development in those type of varieties, which makes a lot of sense because, of course, as we know, you give anybody a flower, they're going to smell it. That's what people do. Humans will always, I've watched it for my whole life. I've been in the flower business my whole life, and you hand anybody a flower, doesn't matter what kind of flower it is, they're going to try to smell it. And most of the time they will think it smells nice, when in fact, most flowers don't have any fragrance at all anymore, because we've sort of unintentionally bred out the perfume or the scent, because it tends to compete with longevity.
I travel worldwide to all the fairs, as I explained you, and the people who visit our stand, they look around and they love one variety, and the first thing that they do is to smell. So
Smell.
yes, but when a flower has a scent, has a bit of problems with transportation.
Yep.
Botrytis mainly, and because the botrytis is a disease. They develops during the transportation. And the other thing is that normally the scented varieties has the petals very soft. So,
Right.
but yes, we are still working. We are still working on a scented line.
Okay, and I have one last question. So now you have all these flowers growing, all these codes growing in many greenhouses, I guess. What do you do with all those flowers? Obviously, you evaluate some, but you're not selling the flowers. You're not harvesting them to sell. You're just, so I guess everybody gets to bring nice flowers home to their houses.
Yes. Okay. If you want, or no, for you, I think, or for any people who comes here right now, because right now we are on a flash. We have a lot of flowers right now together with a nice opening. For any people to come here and see those kind of things are unbelievable. It's amazing. me, Willie, I'm working here since 18 years ago, and every flash, I love it.
It's a beautiful time.
I do. You know, we have around, in average, three flashes per year. So if I am working here 18 years ago, so I evaluate more than 50 times, and I love it. I love it. When you see the field, all the flowers opening, you say, wow, and you find nice things. And yes, but for sure, to answer your question, we don't sell the flowers. We don't sell the flowers. We only look the flowers on the field, and then after the final decision, then for sure we harvest to propagate for the next stage. Very much, Willie. Yes, I will wait you for I don't know, for visiting us here. Is for you is more easy to go to Holland. You are very welcome in Holland. You are very welcome in Kenya. You are very welcome worldwide.
And I have been to all those countries, so I'll do it again. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.